Diabetes Freedom Review. Reilly asserts that the Diabetes Freedom Program switches the impacts of diabetics before they become murdering operators. He depends on it, and he's supported by Dr. James Freeman, who rewarded Reilly with the program. So how accomplishes diabetes freedom work? Reilly says it shields individuals from turning out to be type 2 diabetics by wiping out known dangers. It utilizes the phyto-hack method. This technique primarily attempts to chop down fat in the body and lessen fat stores. No drugs are required. It is an eating regimen pressed with what are called phytonutrients, extricated from plants, and taken in specific mixes at fixed times. Followed normally, it brings down body weight and directs levels and keeps the pancreas solid by expelling the poisons that helter-skelter gets put away in the pancreas. About the author. The man who composed the program, American George Reilly, is a previous cop who quit the police power in the wake of being shot in the kneecap by a maverick component. Out of the police, the power, he set up a private security firm, and life went on till an irregular well-being check uncovered that he was diabetic. In ensuing years, his condition intensified and diabetic-related well-being difficulties started to torment him till one day he went into a diabetic trance-like state and woke up in clinic with the specialist telling his stunned spouse that one of George's leg must be removed. The specialist's words shocked George, and he chose to retaliate by becoming more acquainted with the foe better. Exploration of diabetes took him to specialists, and he read many clinical diaries. At some point, he addressed a specialist named James Freeman, who gave him the seeds of the program which later came to be known as Diabetes Freedom. The primary manual, Diabetes Freedom by George Reilly. To invert diabetes, the Diabetes Freedom program suggests 3 stages. 1. The Pancreas Restart Nutrition Plan. 2. The Brown Fat Boosting Blueprint. What's more, 3. Meal timing strategies that eradicate type 2 diabetes. Likewise called steps, these 3 segments make up the fundamental Diabetes Freedom Program. Stage 1, Pancreas Restart Nutrition Plan, resembles the depiction recommends, an eating regimen plan. It frees the pancreas of fat cells, which stop up the pancreas and make it hard for them to convey enough to all pieces of the human body. Stage 2, Brown Fat Boosting Blueprint, is about how to alter and follow changes in way of life that assist turnaround with composing 2 diabetes. These progressions increment earthy-colored fat cells which keep in mind the adverse white cells. Stage 3, Meal Timing Strategies that eradicate diabetes type 2 suggests certain tips on meal timings. They assist diabetics with managing creation and glucose appropriation. Plus 3 VIP bonuses included. What rewards accompany the essential program? Other than the principal Diabetes Freedom Program, the diabetic, who decides to attempt it and free himself of type 2 diabetes, will likewise get rewards, for example, the Fat Burning Blueprint, the Remain Young Forever program, and 33 Power Food for Diabetics. George Reilly says they are important for each diabetic who has attempted the primary Diabetes Freedom Program and will profit the person in question from numerous points of view, improve lives in an extremely generous way. They will prove to be useful once the diabetic has turned around type 2 diabetes with the principal Diabetes Freedom Program. Reward 133 Power Foods for Diabetics. Reilly says that 33 force nourishments he records in the program are specially made for diabetics. Everyone causes them to stay solid and beat diabetes with perpetual outcomes. Other than it spares the individual on basic food item trips. Reward 2, Stay Young Forever program. The second, Stay Young Forever program, as the title recommends, will enable more seasoned diabetics to stay only that, youthful always, in both body and psyche. It is pressed with tips that assist diabetics with feeling and act youthful. Reward 2, Fat Burning Blueprint. The third, Fat Burning Blueprint, gives diabetics an outline on the best way to consume fat quicker and all the more productively. There are broad subtleties on the best way to do this. Our 60-day money-back guarantee. Diabetes Freedom ensures quality outcomes. At the point when you begin utilizing this guide, you will be dazzled with the sort of change your body will experience. Be that as it may, just on the off chance that you won't be dazzled with the outcomes inside 60 days, you will get your cash back. This implies it will be a success-win circumstance for you and your venture won't go to squander. A 60-day unconditional promise goes about as a demonstration of certainty from the engineer. He is certain that the framework will work, and if not, you will get your cash back. Notwithstanding, you should take note that the outcomes are not like everybody. One individual may encounter change inside an extremely brief time frame while another may encounter it gradually. Advantages of Diabetes Freedom. As a matter of first importance, it turns around type 2 diabetes. At any rate, that is the thing that George Reilly and diabetes freedom allude to. A few people call this stunning. 2. It probably works rapidly, the outcomes are seen very soon. 3. The diabetic gets more fit and gets slimmer quicker. 4. Normally all these mean his vitality level increments by a wide margin. In conclusion, every one of these progressions additionally implies that the recent diabetic is currently fit as a fiddle. Upsides and downsides of diabetes freedom. The geniuses incorporate, it battles type 2 diabetes, is modest and moderate, is anything but difficult to follow and comprehend, is accepted to be a characteristic method to battle diabetes, does miracles to life quality, and last, yet not least, the 60-day unconditional promise in the event that it doesn't work. The cons are not the same number as the aces. What's more, one of them is that the program is accessible just on the web, which is insane in light of the fact that, to come clean, online is vastly improved and quicker than chasing a store that sells it. The second con is that the outcomes the program will convey will change from individual to individual. Once more, that is somewhat stupid. How might anyone expect a comparable outcome or impact in each one who purchases and follows the program?